Hello, welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to download all the documents that we require, the reference manual, the data sheets, the user guide. These are the documents we require in order to be able to write bare metal code for our STM32F4 microcontroller chip. I've created this folder over here known as STM32F4 bare metal workspace. And inside this folder, I'm going to keep everything related to this course. The document and all the projects we create will all be kept here. So I'll advise you have a similar folder to keep everything. So to download a document, we go to the browser to search the document. So we can simply open Google, and I'm going to start off by searching STM32F411, which is the version of F4 I have, reference manual. And it's going to open. This first one here takes us to the ST Microelectronics website, but it's called the word PDF. It's called PDF over here. So let's click this to see if this gives us what we want. I'm going to right click and open this in a new tab. And once that is done, I'm going to open it. And it says this is the reference manual for STM32F411. And a fun fact, whenever you see an ST document starting with the abbreviation RM, it stands for reference manual. So this document is RM0383. So you can simply search RM0383 and you would come straight to this document. So it's got over 800 pages. So we're going to download this. I'm going to click here. And I'm going to save it in the folder that I created. So this is the name of the document over here. Perhaps we could give it a name that we can easily work with. I'll rename this to reference manual. Simple as this. Okay. Once this is done, I'm going to grab the next document. The next document is known as the data sheets document. The reference manual is a reference manual. It has all the information about all the registers in the microcontroller chip, and it gives an explanation for each of the bits in all the registers. So that's why we need that. The data sheet gives a summary about the microcontroller as well. Okay, so I'll say data sheet over here. Let's see, we have this other one here saying it's a PDF, so we can check this out. It's opening, and this one here says STM32F411XC and then XE data sheets document over here. Okay, it's got 149 pages. I'll download this. I'll call this data sheet. Okay, it's downloaded, and we have, at the moment, we have all the documents for our microcontroller chip, right? But because we are using the Nucleo board, remember the Nucleo is a development board. On top of the Nucleo board, we have our microcontroller chip. The Nucleo board offers us things like an LED and a push button. We want to know how the LED is connected to the chip and how the push button is also connected to the chip. Because of this, we have to download a user guide for the Nucleo board. So if you're using a discovery board, then you need to find a user guide for the discovery board. So I'll say Nucleo -STM32F411, and then over here I'll say user guide. Okay, so we are given this link, Nucleo 64 board, because STM32F411 Nucleo is the 64 type. It's the Nucleo with the less pins. Remember, there are two types of Nucleo. There's the long one and then the one with, I think, 64 pins. That's why it's probably called 64. Okay, so because all the Nucleos are created the same way, you have the same document for all of these Nucleo boards. So if you check this list, you would find our microcontroller here. This is the Nucleo I have, F411RE. And of course, for those of you who are aware, there is a version of this same course that uses the L4 Nucleo board. There's another version of the same course that uses F3 board because the microcontroller chips are different. Anyway, so we found our final document. I'm going to click here to download it. Then I'll call this Nucleo user guide like this. Okay, so once that is done, we have all three documents here. So this all there is for this lesson. We've got our documents. In the next lesson, we shall start locating some of the addresses, or we shall start locating some of the information we need to create our very first bare metal project. That's all there is. If you have any questions, leave them in the questions and answers area, and I'll see you later.